Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to And Unity for All. Okay, so let's talk about the looming arms race. With Putin's speech a few days ago, we had people fearing and cheering for a new arms race. Okay, let's look at that, because there are things that people aren't talking about. Of course, in the last couple of years, Russia announced a new main battle tank. Independent assessors have been hailing the new Russian battle tank as the most advanced in existence, beating even the M1A2 that we have, the Abrams tank. For one thing, it's got a longer range, and so the M1A2 is tragic in having a low range, and requires jet fuel to keep it going. Yes, jet fuel, because it's got a turbine engine. Anything else would clog the turbines and turn to, varnish inside the engine. So it does require jet fuel, which means delivering jet fuel to, a battle scenario. Yeah, that's safe. Well, we'll just armor the tanker trucks. Yeah, because that worked so well. All right. Russia invited America, along with a number of other countries, to a friendly competition of tanks, and the U.S. refused to participate. That didn't stop the independent assessors globally from looking at the capabilities of the different vehicles. They know what the capabilities of the M1A2 are because it's been around for a while. So all they have to do is look at what has been publicized and compare it to the actual performance in public of the Russian tank. Okay, so move on. The Russians have introduced a new fighter jet, which is being hailed as the most advanced in the skies at this time. Compare that with the tragically overfunded and malfunctioning F-35, which pilots are afraid to fly. And again, they outdid us. Now, Putin announced a number of new nuclear weapons and various technologies that outdoes everything that we've got in that field. We're behind. We are behind. And so, arms race. Yeah, they're talking about spending trillions more dollars on research and development of more weapons. Russia spends 1/12 of what we spend on our official military budget. That's just what's announced of our military budget. I've made videos and written about this before. And I'll also point out that over the last 2 years, each year Russia has been decreasing their military budget. So I've written and made videos about this before. There are certain things in our military budget that are not accounted for under the military budget. Upgrading nuclear weapons. Obama, in 2016, signed us to a commitment to spend $1 trillion over 10 years to upgrade our nuclear arsenal. That comes out to $100 billion per year. Did you notice that when he made that commitment that our military budget didn't instantly go up by $100 billion? No, it didn't. That's because it's accounted for separately. Then you got covert ops agencies, NSA, CIA. Those are accounted for separately. And then you've got VA funding, which is accounted for separately. And by the way, the Russians don't have an equivalent VA medical system because they have universal health care. All of their citizens have health care from pregnancy to death. Military or not, they've got medical care. We don't. But we spend extra money on our VA medical system. When you add the upgrading nukes, covert ops, and VA funding to the official military budget, we spend more money on our military than every other country on earth combined. And now they want to increase it. When is it enough? When is our military enough? Let's go further. We give over $90 billion a year to other countries in foreign aid. Then most of those countries turn around and spend at least some portion of that to turn around and buy weapons from us. So we go into debt to give them money. They spend part of that money on weapons from us. We take on the debt, we take on the interest, and that debt and interest keeps compounding year upon year until we're paying interest on the interest. Who makes a profit off of this? Military-industrial complex contractors, CEOs, corporations. The workers don't make the money. You don't make the money. But you're paying it. You're paying for it. We are selling weapons to other countries at a loss. Oh yeah, more technology. Russia is selling the S-400 missile defense system to other countries. How do we respond? With military threats and economic sanctions against any countries that want to buy it. That alone tells me that their system is highly advanced, and we're willing to use our military might to enforce the profits of the military contractors. If a country talks about buying an S-400 system from Russia and then backs out of it, does Russia respond with threats and force? No. Okay. Have your way. They don't need threats and force. And while they are, and it's hailed as an extremely accurate system. And meanwhile, Russia, for their own defense, has already developed the next generation, the S-500 missile defense system. So they're selling one system but keeping the most advanced stuff for themselves. So they're still technologically ahead of everyone else. Russia has a technological and military agreement with China. How technologically advanced is China? I mean, we buy most of our technology from China. So when you combine the two countries and sharing information and knowledge and capabilities against what we've got, we've lost the arms race. The only place where we are winning the arms race is in how much we're spending on the backs of our citizens. Russia has universal health care. I believe China does too, pretty sure. Do we? No. We're number one. With Putin's announcement, he asked, "Are you listening now?" He did not issue any threats. They're using some CGI animation as a threat. It's a CGI animation. Look at all the military bases that we have surrounding Russia and China. How much of a threat is that? A CGI animation combined with, compared to, over 400 military bases surrounding their country. Which one do you think is a threat? So, and yet Russia is the one saying, and Putin said, we need to sit down, we need to talk. He is pushing for diplomacy. And we're talking about more guns, more guns, more guns. My most recent video, just before Putin's announcement, is on our addiction to fear, hate, and anger. That is absolutely an addiction. And with this, we have shown that we are in an addiction crisis. And our intervention has arrived. Are we going to spend more on our drugs? Are we going to spend more on our addiction? Are we going to sit down, start talking, and try to fix this? It's time for peace. The world is screaming, it is time for peace. It is time to be reasonable. Our country is the only one not listening. So, the world is watching. The entire world is watching. The entire world heard what Putin had to say. Now it's time for us to listen. Please share these thoughts, share this video, share this article, give me an upvote, a like, subscribe, etc. Follow. And, because I could use some money. All right, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for listening.